China wants Trump to lose the election, according to Donald Trump. And Chinese state-run media goes on the offensive. Welcome back to China Uncensored. I'm Chris Chappell. Be sure to subscribe and check back every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday for new episodes, because YouTube isn't always sending out notifications about new episodes. Fancy that. Donald Trump. The Chinese Communist Party will do anything it can to prevent him from being re-elected in November. And I have a very reliable source for that. Donald Trump. That's at least what he told Reuters in an exclusive interview. He said China will do anything they can to have me lose this race. This is not the first time President Trump has said this. Here he is at the end of April.
You have said that China is doing everything it can to make sure you don't get reelected. What specifically are they doing?
Well, China doesn't want to see me elected.
And this is from June last year.
I think if China had their wish, they'd wait till after the election. They'll pray that Trump loses.
Well, that's not true. Communist officials aren't allowed to pray. Well, unless they're praying to the one true God. Now, of course, the Chinese Communist Party denies that they care about the U.S. election.
We have reiterated many times that the U.S. election is the U.S.'s own internal affair. China is not interested in interfering. At the same time, we hope the people of the U.S. will not drag China into its electoral politics.
Wait, Americans are dragging China into electoral politics? What does that mean? Well, welcome to the latest propaganda narrative of the Chinese Communist Party. A lot of people around the world are saying the Chinese regime must be held accountable for covering up the coronavirus, as well as things like hoarding medical supplies. Or as people in Western diplomatic circles say, bro, not cool. So now, the Communist Party is trying to paint calls for accountability as a cover-up by Republicans. Republicans, by the way, whose party they say is becoming far right. And also, it's to distract from the fact Trump has turned the U.S. into a failed state. So please don't drag China into American politics. The party's propaganda department is good at what they do. The Trump administration is now looking at putting new tariffs on China in retaliation for the coronavirus. And they're also looking for ways to move global supply chains out of China. This week, Matthew Pottinger, a senior White House advisor, delivered a speech in Mandarin about Chinese democracy. The cliche that Chinese people can't be trusted with democracy was the most unpatriotic idea of all. Taiwan today is a living repudiation of that threadbare mistruth. What a dangerous far-right view. Pottinger also spoke of the democratic ideals of China's 1919 May 4th movement, which according to my favorite state-run media, means he's totally wrong and should mind his own business. And nobody liked his stupid May 4th speech anyway. I didn't realize Global Times had such strong opinions about Star Wars. May the 4th not be with them. Also, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo couldn't help but drag China into talk about the U.S. elections.
We can confirm that the Chinese Communist Party did all that it could to make sure that the world didn't learn in a timely fashion about what was taking place, which is the way communist parties operate. This is classic communist disinformation.
Oh, the Communist Party did not like that. They've spent the last few weeks attacking Pompeo, accusing him of things like betraying Christianity with his lies. The Communist Party would know, since they're an expert on betraying Christianity. It's clear the Chinese Communist Party does not like the Trump administration and their political hooliganism. But the real problem is the U.S. system. So remember, anyone suggesting that China had some role to play in the coronavirus outbreak and should be held accountable is a far-right enemy of humankind Republican. But please, don't drag China into American politics. And now is the time when I answer questions from you, my loyal 50 Cent Army. Fans of the show who support what we do through the crowdfunding website Patreon. Gluteus Maximus asks, "Hello, Lord of the Uncensoring. My question to you is, how can an average person like myself help destroy the evil that is the CCP?" First of all, Lord of the Uncensoring, amazing. I should put that on a t-shirt. But to answer your question, you're already doing something pretty big by supporting China Uncensored on Patreon. Pressure from China has made it so most advertisers don't want to touch this show. And YouTube is constantly demonetizing our controversial content. So all of the members of the China Uncensored 50 Cent Army are doing a big thing by keeping this show alive. But there's still plenty you can do if you can't support the show on Patreon. Sharing information with your friends and family. Being aware when Western media is parroting Chinese Communist Party propaganda lines. Contacting your elected representatives and telling them China issues are important to you. And when possible, don't buy made in China. There's really a lot you can do. And maybe we can get a conversation going in the comments below about all the ways you guys are trying to get the word out. Thanks for being so passionate, Gluteus Maximus. And for all of you watching, if you want to stand up to the Chinese Communist Party and YouTube censorship, consider joining the 50 Cent Army too. You'll have a chance to ask me questions on the show, and there are some other cool perks as well. Check out patreon.com/ChinaUncensored to learn more. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.